Hello everyone. Good morning children. How are you all? I hope you all good. So today we are going to start a new lecture. I mean to say lecture number 3 of chapter number 6. So we have done lecture number 1 and lecture number 2 of this chapter. So in that two lectures we have done many topics and we learned about uh, relationship of India with neighboring countries, then other countries, then also about the Union Chartered, United Nation, and etc. So now come to the page number 45. First we discuss about the lecture number 1 and 2, and then we'll start a new topic of today's lecture. So chapter number 6, World After 1945. So in lecture number 1, we have done about the United Nations Chartered. So what is the United Nations Chartered and goals of United Chartered Nation? There is a four goal, then Cold Wars and उनके reasons and consequences of the Cold War. Cold War during the time 1945 to 1962. Then the world distributed among the army groups. So there is a four army group: NATO, SEATO, SANTO, and WAS Pact. So NATO means the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, SEATO means the Southeast Asia Treaty Organization, and SANTO means a Central East North Treaty Organization. Then in lecture number 2, we had done relationship with relationship with other countries. So relation between India and US. So in a starting time, both the countries have a good relationship, but then due to some reason there is a lot of ups and down in relationship, and that's why uh, critical issues arise between the US and India. But now recently, uh, in September 2014-15, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited America and also even addressed the United Nations. And again, America and India now have a cordial and amicable relation. Then, relation between India and Soviet Union. As I told you in last lecture, हमें पहले से ही रशिया के साथ हमारे जो रिलेशनशिप है वो बहुत फ्रेंडली आई मीन टू से एमिकेबल एंड कॉर्डियल रिलेशनशिप है सो इंडिया relation between the India and Russia from the ancient time is a very good relation and cordial relationship. And many issues like the issue of Jammu and Kashmir and others, Soviet Union has helped India considerably, and also exercised the veto power in United Nations Security Council to see that the proposal against the India's pertaining to Jammu and Kashmir schedule issue should not pass. In this way, Russia and India have a very close friendly relation. Then India's relation with its neighboring country. So in neighboring countries there is Pakistan, then China, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Afghanistan and Myanmar. So यहाँ पे टोटल 6 to 7 countries दिए गए 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So there is 8 neighboring countries of India and the relation with that given here. So you just read it and go through and then we'll start a new topic. You have a 2 to 3 minutes for revise the last lecture and then we'll move on new topic. So your time start now. Okay, 1.5 or 2 minutes में read कर लो जल्दी से. So one kind of revision हो जाए आप लोगों का भी. First India and Pakistan. So at the time of reading आपको माइंड में आ जाना चाहिए कि भाई इंडिया and Pakistan relation between them were always stressful. We all know. And some gruesome war took place between the India and Pakistan in 1948, 65, and 71. And also Kargil war between had in India and Pakistan, right? Then, when you read about the China and Indian relation, you underline the first line, 1954, then China attacked India in 1962. There is a important. Then China was rejected. India and China was rejected by China, and it lead to further discomfort in the relationship. Then India, Bangladesh, numerical information, please underline. Then India, Bhutan. So with the Bhutan, we have a cordial friendship and peaceful relationship. Then India, Sri Lanka. Fast reading karo please. Nepal, Afghanistan, and Myanmar. Fast reading, please. Okay, done. Chalo. We done the revision of lecture number 2 and short revision of lecture number 1. So now we start the new topic for today's lecture, that is, just a minute. Hmm. Armament, disarm, disarmament, nuclear weapon creation, and its application. So, first, what is armament? What is disarmament? So, first we clear about the armament. So, in common parlance, armament means military forces and weapons, and disarmament means reduction in military forces and weapons. And you all know the meaning of nuclear weapon and its application. So, now come to the main topic. First paragraph. The Cold War, which was meant for the dominance over the world, gave rise to fears, the competition among the superpowers, and for the sake of dominance, armament was given high priority. America had used atom bomb for the first time on two cities of Japan, namely Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And we all knew about this because मोस्टली सब स्टूडेंट्स को ये अटैक के बारे में पता है, हिरोशिमा एंड नागासाकी, और इफेक्ट ऑफ दैट इवेंट आज तक अभी वहाँ पे दिख रही है. ये ऑलरेडी स्टडी में आ चुका है, सो आई होप यू ऑल रिमेंबर. देन this was America proved its supremacy. Within the next 4 years, the Soviet Union too proved its capacity of making atom bomb by conducting a nuclear test. This created a power balance between the superpowers. See, uh, with the अटैक ऑफ हिरोशिमा एंड नागासाकी, अमेरिका प्रूव्ड कि वो एक सुप्रीमेसी, वो एक जो ये वेपन्स में महासत्ता है. बट विद इन द नेक्स्ट 4 years रशिया ने भी प्रूव कर दिया कि भी उनकी भी अच्छी से कैपेसिटी थी एटम बॉम्ब बनाने में. देन अमेरिका डिक्लेयर अ blockade of the communist Cuba, which was on southeast. To defend Cuba against possible attack of America, the Russia sent a ship loaded with the nuclear missiles in the Caribbean Sea. See, अमेरिका ने ब्लॉकेड डिक्लेयर किया ऑफ कम्युनिस्ट क्यूबा एंड विच वॉज ऑन अ साउथ ईस्ट, एंड फॉर द डिफेंड क्यूबा Soviet Union sent a ship with the nuclear missiles in Caribbean Sea. Both the superpowers threaten each other to use nuclear weapons. Russia and America, both the countries used nuclear weapons for threaten each other. And the world was almost on the verge of nuclear war. And finally, leaders of America and Soviet Union had a talk on hotline for the first time. इतना सब हो चुका. Then finally, both the countries' leader had a talk on hotline for the first time. And the Soviet Union decided to withdraw its ship, and America decided to curve nuclear missiles and aim towards Cuba. फिर दोनों ने अपने अपनी साइड से वो वॉर स्टॉप करने का बोला. The whole episode is known as Cuban crisis. Please underline कीजिए. Starting from the America declare a blockade of the communist Cuba to the episode is known as Cuban crisis. As a short note, this question is very important for the examination. So please underline and write in bracket in 2 to 3 marks. This episode is very important episode in world politics. It begins communication between two superpowers and the incident is important towards the process of disarmament of the nuclear weapons. दोनों के बीच में जो स्टार्ट हुआ था वो न्यूक्लियर वेपन से स्टार्ट हुआ था और बाद में दोनों कंट्रीज के जो लीडर ने बात की. देन द प्रोसेस ऑफ डिसआर्मामेंट ऑफ स्टार्ट्स and the entire Cuban crisis is considered as the beginning of the end of Cold War because कोल्ड वॉर में डिसाइड हुआ था कि वेपन्स वगैरह यूज़ नहीं करना है. वेर इन दिस वॉर बिगिनिंग ही वेपन्स से हुआ था. सो दैट्स वाई द एंटायर क्यूबन क्राइसिस इज कंसिडर एज द बिगिनिंग ऑफ एंड ऑफ द कोल्ड वॉर. कोल्ड वॉर की एंड की बिगिनिंग दैट इज क्यूबन क्राइसिस. ओके, इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक. So please don't miss out whenever you revised. Next paragraph. America, the Soviet Union. Wait. Before that, you just read it the third paragraph, which is very important. Crisis, Cuban crisis, and then we'll move on next paragraph. So 20 seconds you have for the read this paragraph. Just complete it. Okay, guys. Okay. Next paragraph. America, the Soviet Union, and the Britain agreed on maintaining control over the nuclear production, experiment, and proliferation. What is proliferation? So, proliferation means a rapidly increased reproduction. This agreement is known as a partial nuclear test ban treaty. See, after the Cuban crisis, there is a three country. First one America, then Soviet Union, and then Britain agreed on maintaining the control over the nuclear production, experiments, and rapid reproduction. That is a proliferation. And this agreement is known as partial nuclear test ban treaty. Underline. Then France, of course, refused to sign this treaty. China also conducted a nuclear test in 1964 and refused to sign the treaty. This treaty imposed ban on conducting a nuclear test in open atmosphere. ये ट्रीटी क्या थी, क्या डिसाइड किया था उसमें कि भाई ऐसे ही ओपन एटमोसफियर है उसमें न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट कंडक्ट करना बैन है. End of the course except Communist China. The other four were already permanent members of United Nations Security Council, possessing veto power. Apart from nuclear weapons and missiles, the superpowers have also developed chemical and biological weapons. The weapons of mass destruction can kill millions of people without damaging any materialistic wealth. See, जो 3 कंट्रीज एग्रीड हुए थे एंड जो ट्रीटी बनाई थी उसमें न चाइना के सिवाय बाकी 4 कंट्रीज भी परमानेंट मेंबर बने और अपार्ट फ्रॉम द न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स उनके सिवा भी मिसाइल्स एंड वेपन्स के अलावा भी जो डेवलप्ड कंट्री थे सुपर पावर्स जो थे उन्होंने केमिकल एंड बायोलॉजिकल वेपन्स डेवलप किए और जो वेपन्स थे वो kill the millions of people but without the damaging any materialistic wealth. People would deny miserably while suffering from the various diseases because of these lethal weapons. And during this decade, many important and far-reaching changes took place in international politics. And owing to many reasons, due to many reasons, the Cold War among the superpower also ended, and so nuclear ban treaty helped in this concern. India has always welcomed this treaty, but it is always a supporter of disarmament. See, India has always welcomed this treaty, but it is always a supporter of disarmament, not armament. And the world will be always in a danger until the disarmament of lethal weapon is not done. Because war होता ही जाए तो but obvious है कि world will be in danger zone. So for that disarmament is very important. So here done this topic armament, disarmament, nuclear weapons, creation and its application. So you just read this last 3 paragraph and then move on next topic. And if you want to hold the topic read, then you can also read. But within 30 seconds, just complete. I mean to say finish कर Okay, done. Good. Next topic rise of independent nation in Asia. India achieved independence in 1947 after long freedom struggle. After a long freedom struggle in 1947, finally India achieved independence. Owing to Britain's policy of divide and rule, the certain other reasons the country was divided into 2 nations, that is India and Pakistan. Otherwise, India and Pakistan एक ही country था, but due to some policy of Britain and rule of Britain, uh, country was divided into 2 nations, one being Pakistan and the India. In the same way, with continuous struggle against Britishers, countries like Sri Lanka and Myanmar got independence in 1948. In the case of Indonesia, the United Nations plays an important role in 1949 and Asian countries like Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam too got independence. ओके एंड दिस टॉपिक कौन से कंट्री को कब इंडिपेंडेंस मिली वो ही है और कुछ न्यू नहीं है. सो अंडरलाइन कर लो. इन 1947 इंडिया अचीव इंडिपेंडेंसी. 1948 ब्रिटिशर्स कंट्रीज लाइक श्रीलंका एंड म्यांमार got independency and the country divided into 2 nations, India and Pakistan. Then Indonesia, United Nations played an important role. Okay, done. Then rise of independent nation in Africa. First one, rise of independent nation in Asia and then in Africa. The second word will prove to be good woman for the enslaved nation of Africa. For the enslaved nation of Africa, the second word will prove to be good woman. After the second world war, countries like Abyssinia, that is Ethiopia, South Africa, and Egypt were independent. These 3 countries were independent. Abyssinia, South Africa, and Egypt after the Second World War. Then the freedom struggle in Asian countries inspired the other African countries too. It resulted in that during the tenure of a 16-year from 1951 to 1966, 40 small and large countries became free. Total 40 countries became free. Imperialist countries tried to have a supremacy over these countries, but these countries either joined the superpowers or the military resource and got their freedom. So, in first topic that is the rise of independent nation in एशिया, उसमें एशिया की जो जो कंट्रीज थे उनके इंडिपेंडेंस की बात की, और इन दिस टॉपिक राइज ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंट नेशन इन अफ्रीका, जो अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज थे उनकी बात की. दिस टू टॉपिक वी हैव डन हियर. So you just read these two topic and then we'll move on non-aligned movement. Fast reading please. 10 seconds left. Okay, so done. So in today's lecture we have done three topics. First, armament, disarmament, nuclear weapon creation and its application. Then rise of independent nation in Asia and rise of independent nation in Africa. And now in this topic, in this chapter, we remain on non-aligned movement, partition and unification of Germany, disintegration of Soviet Union, and India's contribution at the international level. So the four topics are remaining in this chapter. But before that, before start a new topic, we just see कि हमने कौन कौन से टॉपिक है वो कंप्लीट किए हैं. So first, United Nations Charter. So in this topic there is a four goal of United Nations Charter: establish international peace and security, developing friendly relations between states and all appropriate steps to maintain world peace, economic, social and cultural problems should be solved. Society acts as a central body of bringing harmony between the function of different nations. Right? Then code wars, reasons and consequences. Then were distributed among the army. Then armament, disarmament, nuclear weapon creation and its application. Then directly come rising of independent nation in Asia and also rise of independent nation in Africa, and directly come to the relation of India with other countries. इसमें relation between the India and United Nations, then relation between the India and Soviet Union, and then India's relation with its neighboring countries like Pakistan, China, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Afghanistan, and Myanmar. So, okay, so most of the topic of this chapter we have done in three lectures, and now we start a new topic that is disintegration. Sorry, India's contribution at the international level. No, sorry. This topic is little bit big, and we have not that much time into this lecture. So we start this topic, that is integration of Soviet Union. Very short topic. Hardly in 2 to 3 minutes this topic over. During the last decade of the 20th century, Soviet Union Prime Minister Mikhail Gorbachev liberal policy lead to the disintegration of Soviet Union. See, in the 20th century के लास्ट डिकेड में सोवियत यूनियन के जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे, they Liberal policy lead to the disagreement integration of Soviet Union, and peaceful disintegration of Soviet Union is considered as epoch making in the international politics. What is a epoch making? Do you know about it? Anyone? Epoch making means during the particular timing, very important effect. So it in international politics. Then Mikhail Gorbachev became a prime minister from the socialistic side on 11th March 1985, and he had a liberal attitude. Russia had progressed tremendously in the field of science and technology. रशिया ने बहुत जोरदार प्रोग्रेस किया था साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी के फील्ड में एंड दे ऑल्सो हैड acquired capability to compete with superpowers like America. Gorbachev adopted two policies. First, glasnost and perestroika. In this way, the Gorbachev introduced economic and political reforms in place of single-handed communist rule. And the stronghold of the Communist Party, the Soviet bureaucracy and Red Army started weakening. And in 1990, the process of disintegration of Soviet Union began. In 1990 में ये जो प्रोसीजर थी disintegration की वो स्टार्ट हो चुकी थी. Towards the end, out of the 15 state, 14 state became independent and disintegration of Soviet Union came to the end in December 1991. So here we done the disintegration of the Russia. Very easy topic. Just important in the first paragraph and the last paragraph. And in the second paragraph, the two policies name is important. So you just read it in 1 minute. Okay, then 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, and done. Chalo. So here we done this topic. So in today's lecture, we had done the four topic: disintegration of Soviet Union, then rise of independent nation in Africa, in Asia, and armament, disarmament, nuclear weapon, and its application. So here we done today's lecture, and in today's homework, write a short note. Write a short note on relationship with India's neighboring country. India's relation with its neighboring country. सब कंट्रीज जो है नेबरिंग उनकी शॉर्ट नोट आपको लिखनी है. वन टाइम इन रफ बुक एंड वन टाइम इन फेयर बुक. ओके, नोट डाउन कर लो. राइट अ शॉर्ट नोट ऑन इंडियाज रिलेशन विद द नेबरिंग कंट्रीज. ओके, डन. So here we done today's lecture. I hope you all enjoyed today's lecture because इतना टफ नहीं है ये चैप्टर और इतने बड़े टॉपिक्स भी नहीं है इसमें. So you don't feel like boring, and I hope enjoyed a lot. Okay, so goodbye everyone.